Hello everybody, here I'm again with another of my awesome videos, and today I'll be showing you some really cool stuff. Whew, there's a lot to cover today. Recently I acquired a RAID, an Xserve RAID. It was a product that Apple came out with in 2002. And it was basically a device that allowed you to take 14 hard drives and allow them to act as one depending on how you arrange them to function. This is how this thing looks. It's pretty cool. However, in its original state, it kind of looked like this. There are these slots that I ordered down here. All this in this box is like at least $200 worth of cables, parts, and everything just to make this a second half of my computer. I kind of have a style of acrylic and aluminum rods, so we're going to try and hold that style up in this construction, but it's going to be kind of difficult.
So as you can see, I wanted to try out my super duper ruler assisted drawing skills so I can give you guys a basic idea of how this is going to look. We're going to have 4 pillars on the left side that support 16 thin acrylic layers on which we will place hard drives. Next to each layer there will be a light corresponding of the hard drive status, and on the right I drew the RAID, but I didn't feel like actually drawing the thing, so I just made a box.
So, to successfully execute this blueprint of mine, I had to order a bunch of parts for this. Ridiculous amount of parts. Now what these are: an IDE to SATA, hard drive slots, tubing to make it look nice. The rest is just extension cables. A lot of extension cables. Our mission now is to extract this part from all of these racks. Well, that was exhilarating. So I got an idea. I got all these extension cables. See this? It's a lot. The challenge is, see how far away from the actual computer can we run a hard drive. See it. Get ourselves an Apple drive. And let's go. So while that was loading, I did the calculations. It's 280 inches or 23.3 feet. We'll see if it works. Nope. Whoa. It just started running. We'll do a restart and see what happens again. Okay, so it doesn't work. However, the hard drive does spin and it does turn on. But anyway, we're only going to be using one extension for each drive, and that I know works. So the plan for building the RAID is set. The only thing is that I need to replace the CPUs in my computer because after 13 years they started dying and I started to experience it now. So here are 2 new CPUs and let's get to it. I never considered convenience to be something of essence for something like this, but I should think about it next time. because this was ridiculous. And at the end of it all, I still forgot the ground cable. Whatever. Just don't touch the pillars, I guess. Okay, here we go. We turned it on. This fan's not working. The one in the back is. That's okay, just flip the cable around. Okay, the other fan works. Perfect. Kurde. But you never see anyone replace their CPUs freaking sideways. Well, I'm not stupid. Okay, so the final thing to do is to test these CPUs. And I'm not really familiar with any testing sites, so we're gonna do what I remember the most, taking the longest that shouldn't have, using the old CPUs. So we have a new Word document open and we go onto the fonts and see how long it takes it to load all the fonts. Yeah, okay, it's like 1 second faster. The ideal goal is to make a little layer for each hard drive. There are going to be 16 in total. Beside each hard drive, you're going to slide it in like this. There is going to be its, I don't know what to call it, status light, right here beside it. So I'm going to try cutting the acrylic sheet with a tile cutter. Should work the same, it's just 2 inches too wide off the sides to fit in, so you need to cut it into smaller sections first. Freaking acrylic is too thin. That's what 16 pieces of hard work looks like. Feels pretty good. Now what we need to do is clamp them all together and drill 4 holes in the corner. Okay, the next task is to make, I don't know what you call them, standoffs, little spaces in between that will be held up by this aluminum rod. This is going to be so annoying because we have to make whatever is 4 times 16. It's exactly an inch. Who knew? Oh, this was freaking horrible. There you go. That's 64 little tubes. It's thicker, so we have room to either screw it in or glue it in. I don't know what we'll do, but we need the indicator lights on the side because the LEDs on the right are awesome. Okay, we have first contact. How are you? Oh, The damn screw broke. Well, it does says wood screws on the packaging, so. I think that looks really, really nice. Okay, so it looks kind of sad now because it's kind of leaned over, kind of leaned this way, that way, but you can get the general idea. There was so much paper that had to be taken off of this. It's crazy. I didn't record it because it was too boring. Also forgot to turn on the camera. So you put this one through here and this one through here, and you screw them together like that, and they will clamp down on the plate. Oh, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Okay, we've got the power supplies and the batteries done. Okay, so we got this light panel finished. It's pretty nice. It's going to go between two places. So we finally have this thing mounted, pretty solid. We're gonna put that right there, and we're just gonna screw this in as well. Right, so we got this pipe done. It's very special. Of course, Mr. Idiot had to start cutting them in straight, which are supposed to be angled. I'll show you why this is like this right now. So let's say once you have your plugs in, 1, 2, you take this rod that's right here, and you slide these guys in here, like so. So they're more organized. And there's going to be another pipe on the other side that I need to buy now because I messed it up. Alright, anyway, it's time to attach this. Okay, we got anchors in there. It's time to make the upper layer. Okay, we have the upper layer done. Nice polish, cleaned up. As you can see, it is comprised of 2 layers. My god, what a difference a top layer makes. It looks like it's a million times better. It's crazy. Okay, so here it is in its 95% completed form. I think that's pretty damn cool. And now what we need to do is plug in everything and take all the cables and push them through. Ah, we have a lot of work to do. Look at this. It's finished. Look at this mumbo jumbo of wires. It looks awesome though.
Czekaj, nie przytrzymuj tego. Tu nałożę po z tej strony. Tam bardziej się przyda, tu jest jeden plus.
Oh my god.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, in its just about final form. So we have a little problem. The reason that there are 2 slots empty here is because that these are 2 drives that go to the computer. I found over here that there are 2 more SATA slots and that I could use them with the computer, and they're actually read by it. And I saw that there were also these little power plugs, and I didn't really know what they were. So I ordered the cables, I plugged everything in, and I tried to turn my computer on, it went whew. So tried it again, it went whew. Turns out that it's too much wattage being drawn from the power supply and the computer can't turn on. And so I decided that I needed another power supply that I can fit right over here in this area. Alrighty, we have that finished. I have this nice switch right above my on button for my Mac that's right here. So now these two drives on the bottom are ones that I can connect to my computer, that I can erase clean or just download something onto, and then from here I can stick it up on this RAID and it's all perfect. So we'll turn it on and take a listen. And the fan right here is running. And we are good. Now let's restart the computer, so I'll show you that they appear. And there you go. And so, without further ado, let's dim the lights, launch the RAID administrator, and turn on the RAID. Beautiful, right? It is substantially loud. You can have the fans, you can hear them blowing in the back. A little disclaimer, from this point forward I start to describe all the technicalities and specifications of what I'll actually use the RAID for. And this might seem boring for some people because it was hard to make entertaining, so you can just skip through it if you like. Now, one might ask themselves, Daniel, what do you need this ridiculous thing for? Well, pretty simple. Right here you have something called RAID admin. And as we can see here, we have the status of the RAID. So you have the general information here. The entire Xserve itself is split into two for the upper controller and the lower controller. So it could function as two separate servers. You click right here for arrays and drives. Oh, of course we don't have any arrays yet, but we can have our drives and select information on each one and its status. And we seem to be doing very well. Our component status is right here, everything is fine, which can also be seen on this light, on these lights right here. If anything does go bad, an alarm turns on. That will quickly avert your attention to any problem that should arise. Fiber channel, everything is good. 2 gigabytes a second. It is, a 2002 system, which is older than I am. So we can't expect much, but still, 2 gigabytes even today is pretty damn good. We have our network links up, and of course right here we even have our events, which as you can see, show absolutely everything that happened for its entire history. You can even save it and print it. Right here you even have the option for the RAID to send you emails on every single thing that happens. You can create an array and delete an array. As you can see right here, there isn't really anything that's showing on the screen from the RAID, no drives. That's because we don't have anything made yet. So if we go right here on arrays and drives, the quickest one to make is a JPOD. It basically makes each drive an individual storage compartment that you can store information on each one separately. And basically a RAID is a redundant array of independent disks. So you can select a number of drives and basically combine them all into one, so information can be equally distributed amongst what would later be a larger storage compartment. So let's say you have 3 500 gigabyte drives. You'd choose to make them into a RAID array, and you would have the computer would read it as one big 1.5 terabyte drive. We'll choose to make these into an enhanced JBOD. We'll make the other side later. And there you have it. We can now finally make use of these drives. So let's choose a drive free parking because I know that one's wiped. And let's just say right here, we take all our pictures from our desktop background and we want to transfer them onto the drive. And as soon as I let go of the trackpad, it will begin to download. Now watch this cool light show that happens. And there you go, it's downloaded. That was pretty damn quick. Let's move that to trash. And let's do that one more time so you can watch the screen and see how quickly it does it. That's it. 85 high definition photos caught with a beautiful camera. Just like these background pictures you can see right here. I got an almost 9-minute movie that I recorded. See how long it takes to transfer that. Watch the lights. Okay, this is taking a ridiculous amount of time. Never mind. And once you make an array using both sides of it, you'll see that both of these signs show up. And now, let's delete an array. Actually, we're deleting the JBOD drives. Look at all these disks not ejected properly. So now, let's build an array. We'll choose the left side first and create a RAID at level 0. Let's create the array. Okay, so in the meantime I set up a second RAID at level 5, and this is where the full beauty is at its fullness. We have all the colors shining and it's super nice. That's the only reason that I made an array right now, just to show you the lights and everything. You turn the light off. It looks so cool. One more look at it in the dark again. Oh, one more thing. We can make one more light appear if we press and hold the lock drives button. And we have orange in the mix as well. One last thing that I can show with this is while we are still on the system, we click over here on System, shut down. And that's it. This was a beautiful adventure. I love building things. Once everything finally goes together and it's turned on, then there is an unbelievable amount of satisfaction. As you can see over here, there were some spaces where there weren't any light showing. That's because I kind of burned out the IDE to SATA adapter. Well, that'll be our little secret and no one needs to know about that. Aside from that, I already ordered those. I'll plug them in when they're ready and I'll just have this thing sit and start conversations because that's all it's been doing so far. So, to end it off finally, thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, it helps. And as always, you will see me in the next video. Goodbye.